This is a story of 300 years of power ending in betrayal and murder. This will be a brief history of the Romanov dynasty that lasted from 1613 to 1917 in Russia. In this, I will be talking about a few of the well-known czars of that time period. In my many years of studying history, I have studied this family from every single aspect and every single angle. Many people probably know the story of Tsar Nicholas II and his daughter Anastasia, but that is just a small part of the Romanov family. Today I will share with you what I've found in my research. We will talk about the times of trouble, the first Tsar, Michael I, the second Tsar, Catherine II, and the last Tsar, Nicholas II, as well as the end of the Romanovs. To better understand the Romanovs, you must begin in the year 1584. The times of trouble began in 1584 when Ivan IV of the Rurik dynasty, often referred to in history as Ivan the Terrible, died. What followed was political turmoil and claims to the throne, famine, death, and no definite political ruler, which led Russia to the brink of collapse. The times of trouble lasted 29 years until the Zemsky Sober, which is defined by Encyclopedia Britannica as Assembly of the Land, named Michael Romanov Tsar of Russia, starting the 300-year-long reign. Michael took power at 16. He did not wish to be Tsar, and this is noted in Paul Duke's book, The Making of Russian Absolutism. He states that Michael did not achieve power, but had it thrust upon him. Even though Michael did not want to be Tsar, he left Russia in a better place when he died in 1645 than when he took power. A few of his accomplishments are noted in an article by Leyland Nuth. She states that Michael was responsible for reducing peasantry to serfdom and achieved peace with both Sweden and Poland. Now let's fast forward 117 years from the end of Michael's death and enter in Catherine II. She was not born into the family. She married into it, marrying Grand Duke Peter Romanov, who actually became Peter III. 6 months into his reign, she orchestrated a coup with her lover, Gregory Orlov, who was a member of the Russian Guard, to become Russia's first Tsarina. This is actually described in an article by Yale professor Isabel Dimadria. She stated that both Peter and Catherine hated one another, and he lacked common sense and was an incompetent ruler. Much can and has been written about Catherine, but she is mostly remembered as the first female leader of Russia, and is also known for connecting Russia with the rest of Europe. Now let's fast forward one last time to the late 1800s, to the reign of Nicholas II. The beginning of the end of the 300-year-long dynasty began on October 20th, 1849, when Nicholas Romanov took power. Ironically enough, his doom was predicted by himself when he confessed to a friend after being crowned Tsar. He said, "What is going to happen to me in all of Russia? I know nothing of the business of ruling. I never wanted to be Tsar, and I don't know what to do from now on." On January 9th, 1905, 150,000 people, led by Father George Capone, marched on St. Petersburg to present a petition to Tsar Nicholas. The contents are described in an article by historian Richard Cavendish. He said that the article was to be 8 hours, to bring the workday to 8 hours, the right to strike, to hold a secret election, and have universal suffrage. The people never made it to St. Petersburg. The military blocked their path. The men had orders to fire shots into the air. Instead, they fired shots into the crowd. At the end of the day, 200 people lay dead and 800 more were injured. And this is what sparked the Russian Revolution. On March 15, 1987, Tsar Nicholas II was forced to abdicate his throne. At first, the family was just to be sent off to England. But in 1918, in the beginning of July, revolutionary forces loyal to the Tsar moved into a house in the Ural Mountains called Informtive House. This is where they were being held. The revolutionary forces, fearing that the Tsar would be rescued, took the family into the basement of the house and shot them, killing them all instantly. This has been just a brief history on a 300-year-long period of Russia. And this is what I've learned during my research. In this, we talked about the times of trouble, the three main Tsars, Michael, Catherine, and Nicholas, as well as the end of the Romanov family. My purpose today was just to tell you a brief history, and also that even though rulers can be controversial, as they hold different views than the people who they rule over, they are people and they also should be remembered and commemorated as such.